Mason Betha, this guy right here. Thank you for watching, and please do subscribe to the channel. You already know, gracias, even though I can't speak Espanol. I appreciate y'all. Mace is back with his, 5-year pop-up appearance, and this time he's dissing Puff. Here is the real reason why Mace dissed Diddy earlier this week. It's AP on the spot. Let me know what you think about this channel.
I've been following, I would say, some of the content stuff you've been posting on your channel. I'm a fan. I actually love when you post things.
Mace always does this thing to where he takes off extensive amounts of time just to pop back up out of nowhere in hip hop and drop these random diss songs. He did this a couple years ago when he basically took his hiatus from hip hop for like the last 10 years or so or something like that. And then out of nowhere, he was this like 2017 or something like that, like maybe roughly around 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. He came at us with The Oracle, which was a diss song towards Cameron. You know what I mean? Me and his former friend, and, now they foes, and that whole situation happened. Now, out of nowhere in 2022, Mace has came back on the scene with a diss song to Puff. He released earlier this week called The Oracle 2, The Liberation of Mason Betha. Now, the song, I'm gonna get into that in a second. Just totally eviscerate this song in a second. But the reason why Mace said that he actually released this song aimed at Diddy out of nowhere was because Mace told, this little, what I'm about to tell y'all is coming from complex.com. And Mace was, from my understanding of reading the article, he did a Clubhouse appearance. And in that Clubhouse appearance, Mace talked about where he tried to buy his masters back from Diddy, but of course to no avail. His new track, The Oracle 2, The Legend of Mason Betha, saw Mace take aim at his former friend who he accused of exploiting the notorious Big's death. Mace did say that in the song. And I thought that was a pretty decent line out of all the layers involved in that song. I did think that reference was pretty decent. Mace noted he's worked with mediators, including a pastor, to try to come to an agreement with Diddy over the way he handled his publishing, and said that he exhausted all other options. Mace previously said that Diddy gave him $20,000 for his publishing rights over 25 years ago, which made him never want to work with the rapper and business mogul again. Now, Mace stressed that he's not hurt at all by the situation. He definitely didn't. He clarifies and says he didn't have a bond with Diddy. I quote, Mace said, I never said that was my brother. And he also goes on to say, we had similar goals. Did we make great music? Yes. So Mace is basically going on saying that, him and Puff disagreements over money and his masters and all of that. Now, and this is another thing about Mace. Mace has hopped into the church circuit, years ago. He left hip hop to become a pastor. Then he left the pulpit to become a rapping pastor. And just Mace has got a history of all of this flip flopping and back and forth. And just Mace is kind of all over the place and always been messy. Now, let's get to this song right here, Oracle 2. This song, I'm going to keep it 1,000. I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all straight up. Ain't no chaser with this. The song has its moments towards the end. Now, I will say towards the end, Mace picks up. Mace still has that flow, regardless of how whack the auto-tune is, no matter how dated it sounds, no matter how organy playing the beat sounds like you're in church and, you're listening to an organ the whole song. The beat, the song, the melody, the hook, the whole auto-tune is trash. It's whack. But Mace, I will give Mace credit and say amongst some of the corny ass lines in the song, Mace does keep the beat and pick up his pace towards the end. And Mace did leave me with thinking, okay, if Mace really did take this hip hop thing serious in 2022, Mace could actually make some decent music. I mean, Mace still has it, regardless of what the song, how whack the song is. Mace does do his thing a little bit. He picks up the speed a little bit towards the end. Now back to these corny ass lines in the song. Mace says, one of the lines, he says, that's absolutely horrible. Mace says, I can read the future like an astrologist. Okay, I can read brothers' futures like the astrologist, like an astrologist. Okay, now he's a fortune teller. You know, I get it jumping like a mosh pit. I mean, that's very dated and very not very good line whatsoever right there. Corny ass line. Then Mace goes on to say, brothers sell their soul to go to a brunch and end up sweet drinking that punch. Okay. No matter how, now this is another line that caught me off guard. Mace says that no matter who top five, I'm quoted the most. So Mace says that no matter who's in your top five, he's quoted the most. Okay, that's definitely a lie right there. Mace goes on to say that he's the ghost of a bunch of deceased people that's been associated with Puff and a bunch of people that Puff has done dirty, whether it be business-wise or just in general. Mace goes on to say that he's the ghost of Shine because Diddy and Shine have checkered history. They've since made up, but Mace goes on to say he's the ghost of Shine. He goes on to say that he's the ghost of one of Puff's associates who died during some gunplay and he got murdered. Then Mace goes on to say that he's the ghost of RZA. RZA. What does RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan have? Unless there's another dude running around here named RZA that I'm not aware of that associated with Puff. Mace says he's the ghost of RZA. Okay. Anyway, the song is trash. But like I said, Mace does give you some of that flair kind of towards the end. But other than that, the song absolutely has no replay value whatsoever. Leave a comment. Let me know about what you think about this whole situation. Litigation, I guess, litigation because Mace is trying to get his master's back. Let me know. I would appreciate it. This is AP, and you already know what time it is. Thank you for watching, and I will check y'all later. And make sure y'all have an outstanding day. Thank you so much for watching once again.